Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Even though we're not back at school, it's kind of nice to be back to some kind of normal after spring break. I hope you guys had a great spring break, staying inside, away from people, keeping social distancing. I know that's not great, but I hope you were able to get some rest and spend some time with your family. Today, you should have gotten a worksheet that looks like this, and hopefully you clicked right there, and that's how you got to this video. I'm going to be working on the video, the odd problems, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Then you're going to do the evens on your own paper and work them out, and you need to show handwritten work when you submit your work. My advice for watching this video is that you're going to watch me do 1, 3, and 5, and then you're going to do 2, 4, 6. Then you're going to watch me do 7, 9, 11, and you're going to do 8, 10, 12. Or you can do one at a time. I can do number 1, you can pause the video, and you do number 2 on your paper. Then you watch me do number 3, and then you do number 4 on your paper. Whichever way you choose to do it is up to you. If you don't think you need to watch the video, that's also an option. So back over here, I'm going to start showing you how to do them, or remind you how to do them. This one is factoring out the GCF. GCF, remember, stands for greatest common factor. So I'm going to start off by looking at the numbers 4, 8, and 12. And what I notice about 4, 8, and 12, sorry about that, is that I can divide all 3 of these by 4. So I'm going to write underneath that I'm going to divide them all by 4. Then I look, 4x, 8y, 12, no variable. So they don't have a variable in common. So the only thing I'm able to divide them all 3 by is 4. So this 4 that's along the bottom that I'm dividing by goes outside the parentheses. And then whatever I have left is going to go inside parentheses. 4 divided by 4 at the beginning is 1 with x, so 1x. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2, and the y is not divided, so still have a y there. And then positive 12 divided by y, divided by 4 is 3. Messed up my own handwriting. Hey guys, this is the answer for number 1, so you can pause the video now and do number 2, or you can keep watching. Here's number 3. On number 3, I look at the numbers first, 3, 15, and 18. I know the only thing I can divide 3 by is 3, or 1. I know 3 times 5 is 15, so that can divide by 3. And I know 18 divided by 3 is 6, or 3 times 6 is 18, so that can divide by 3. So I'm going to start this off by dividing all 3 of these by 3. Then I'm going to notice that this has m to the third, or 3 m's. This has m to the second, or 2 m's. This has m to the first, or 1 m. So all 3 of these have at least 1 m. So I'm going to divide them all by the 1 m. 3m that I just divided everything by is going to be on the outside of my parentheses. And the inside of the parentheses is going to be what I get after I divide. M to the third, m to the 1, 3 and 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. You don't have to write the 1. M to the third, m to the 1. Remember, we subtract, so 3 minus 1 is 2, so m to the second. Then I move over to the middle term. 15 divided by 3 is 5, and that's positive 5. M to the 2 minus 1 is m to the 1, so m. Then I move over to the last term. Positive 18 divided by 3 is positive 6. And m to the 1 minus 1 is 0, so I don't have any m's here. That's the answer to number 3. You can pause it and do number 4, or you can keep watching. And this is number 5. On number 5, my coefficients are 7, 28, and 7. Pretty sure that 7 is what I need since it's on 2 of them, and I'm thinking 28 divided by 7 is 4. So I can divide all 3 of these by 7. Then I start looking at the variables. The first term has a to the 4th, or 4 a's. The second term has 2 a's. The third term has 1 a. So all 3 terms have at least 1 a. Then I look at the b's. First one has 1 b. Second term has 2 b's. Third term has 4 b's. So they all have at least 1 b. Once again, whatever I've written on the bottom goes outside the parentheses. And then inside the parentheses, I'm going to put what's left after I divide. 7 divided by 7 is 1, so I'm going to not write the 1 this time. A to the 4th, a to the first on bottom, so 4 minus 1 is 3, a to the third power. B to the first on top, b to the first on bottom, 1 minus 1 is 0, so no b's. Negative 28 divided by 7 gives me negative 4 in the middle term. A to the 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, so a to the first power. B to the 2 minus 1 power, so that gives me b to the first power. And I move over to the third term. 7 divided by 7 is 1, so positive 1. I'm not going to write the 1. A to the 1 minus 1 is a to the 0, so no a's either. B to the 4 minus 1 would give me b to the third. That is your answer for number 5. You can stop and do number 6, or maybe stop and do 2, 4, and 6 if you haven't stopped yet, because the next section is a different type of problems. All right, here's the second kind of problem that you're going to be working. On these directions, you're just going to find the 2 numbers that will multiply to get the top number and add to get the bottom number. This is what you did the last 2 days before spring break. So I'm trying to multiply to get 80. I don't know about you, but the first thing I think of to get 80 is 8 times 10. I noticed that 80 is positive, so I could have 2 negatives, negative 8 times negative 10 as well. But then they have to add to get 24. No matter 8 plus 10, negative 8, and negative 10, neither one of those is going to come up to negative 24. So the next thing that I think of to get 80 is 4 times 20. 4 times 20. Both of those are positive. That gives me positive 80. Or both of them are negative. That gives me negative times 4 times negative 20 gives me also positive 80. 20 plus 4 is 24. That's really close. But this last one gives me my negative 24 that I need. So my 2 numbers are negative 20 and negative 4. And that's all you need to do for today to get the answer to number 7. You can pause and do number 8, or you can keep watching. Here's number 9. On number 9, I need to get a negative number. That means when I choose my 2 things to multiply, one's going to be positive and one's going to be negative. First thing I think of for 60 is 6 times 10. So it could be negative 6 times 10 or 6 times negative 10. But when I add 10 and negative 6, I get 4, not negative 11. And when I add 6 and negative 10, I get negative 4, not negative 11. The next thing that I think of to get 60 is 4 times 15. 4 times 15. So I could have negative 4 times 15 or 4 times negative 15. If I add together negative 4 and positive 15, I get positive 11. I'm getting closer. If I add these 2 together, 4 and negative 15, I get negative 11. So those are the 2 numbers that I need. 4, and negative 15. That's the answer to number 9. You can pause it and do number 10, or you can keep watching for number 11. Number 11 feels a little bit weird with that 0 at the bottom. But the first thing I think of to get 36 is 6 times 6, so I'm going to go with it. And I remember that to get a negative number at the beginning, one of these has to be negative. I'm going to make the first one negative. And if I add negative 6 and positive 6, I do get 0. So my two numbers are negative 6 and 6. And that's the answer to number 11. Those are all the examples I have. I do miss you guys. Send me a text on Remind just to say hi. Hang in there, guys. We're going to make it. Hopefully we'll get to see each other before this school year is out. Text me on Remind if you have questions on how to do this. Get on Zoom so we can see each other face to face for how to do this. You can call me on the phone number if you need help, just want to talk it out. And you can also just send me an email of what you're doing, a picture of it, and we can check it out that way.